and welcome to this yoga class. Today we're going to be focusing on strength, but don't worry, we're not doing loads of strenuous things. What we are doing is, through our practice, we are working on developing our strength. So we are looking at lots of movements, small movements in lots of places. So your position might look different to mine, but that's fine because you have a different level of strength to me or to anybody else. So we are going to find ourselves in our seated position to start off with, so either cross-legged or kneeling, and whatever seated position you're in, just make sure that your spine is straight, your shoulders are back and down, your chest is lifted, and the rest of your body is relaxed. So relaxed position for the hands in the lap or on the knees, relax the head, and just make any final adjustments before we start to focus on our practice. So gently close the eyes, and then let's just start from the top of the head. Relax the head, relax the face, relax the neck, relax the shoulders, relax the arms, relax the hands, relax the chest and the back, relax the abdominal area, relax the hips and the pelvis, relax the legs, the knees, relax the lower legs, the feet, the ankles and the toes. And now focus on your breathing. So notice the breath coming in through the nostrils with a cooling sensation, and leaving the nostrils with a warming sensation. Notice if you feel the breathing in the chest, perhaps the collarbones lifting and then lowering. Or do you notice your breath perhaps lower down towards the tummy button? Is your navel expanding outwards on the inhale and gently relaxing back to the spine on the exhale? And now we'll set a sankalpa, an intention for your practice. So if today's class is focusing on strength, you might decide that that is your sankalpa. So your sankalpa is always in the present moment. It's always in the affirmative, in the positive. So it might be, I am strong. But if you've got something else that's coming to your mind, that your heart is telling you that's right for you for your practice now, then you choose that one. So once you've got your sankalpa, your intention, then just repeat it to yourself silently 3 times. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and gently out through the mouth. This time expand the ribs as much as possible to get as much air in on the inhale, and then really squeeze out the air on the exhale. Every last drop of air out of the lungs. And then the biggest inhale, breathing in right into the tummy. And then breathing out, squeeze out the air. And then just gently bring the chin down to the hollow part of the throat and just gently stretch the back of the head. And then just lifting up the chin and just gently allowing one ear to move down towards the shoulder. And then inhale, bring the head to center, and then as you exhale, lower the ear to the other side. Just a gentle stretch. And then inhale to center, one more each side. Relax the shoulders as you do this. Inhale to center and exhale to the other side. And then inhale back to center and exhale, lifting up the chest, making sure the spine is straight and tall. And then you're going to inhale, take the arms out to the side, shoulder height. Exhale, clasp the hands in front of you, press the palms away and reach the shoulders forward. You can drop the head down if you want to, but really try and stretch out from those shoulders, waking up the shoulders. And then inhale, bring the arms back in, take them out to the side, stretch out and release down on an exhale. So take one arm behind you, so it's on the floor, so you're on your fingertips and you're reaching up tall. So imagine that you're trying to draw energy from the earth through your fingertips up to your shoulders and really stretching yourself up to the ceiling. Place the other hand on the opposite thigh or knee and keep looking forward. We're going to gently come into a spinal twist, but turn the navel first. So keep looking forward, turn the navel around to the side, then turn the shoulders, maybe move the hands further round, and then when you're as far round as you can go, then just gently turn the head and look over the shoulder behind you. So still trying to maintain that tallness of the spine. You're not leaning forwards, you're not leaning to the side, and you're breathing. So keep breathing, don't hold your breath. And then inhale to prepare. And then exhale, allow the body to come back to the front and notice how it feels. Maybe it feels a bit more awake, a bit more loose. So we'll try that to the other side. So place the other hand behind you, fingertips to the ground, lift up the chest. So you're actually bringing the shoulders down, but you're lifting the chest so that you've got that tallness in your spine. Draw the energy up from the earth through that hand behind you. Place the other hand on the opposite thigh or knee. And then keep looking forward, turn the navel, so you might need to move your hands further round and behind you. Then turn your shoulders, and then when you're as far round as you can go, gently turn the head. So you've got a really nice spinal twist right from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown chakra. So again, drawing up the energy from the earth and breathing. And then inhale to prepare, exhale as you move back round to the centre. So we're going to come up to bent leg downward dog, so come up onto all fours. So if you need anything under your knees, put something under your knees, and fingers are spread really wide. So look down, spread those fingers and thumbs and press the pads of the fingers and thumbs right into the mat. Press the palms of the hands right into the mat and just gently look in between your hands so your neck is in line with your spine. And now let's lift up the navel, so we're engaging the core. So engage the core and try and imagine that you're lifting your ribs away from your tummy. So by engaging the core, we can support the back and the spine. And then you're going to tuck your toes under and keep that core engaged. Keep pressing down with your hands. You're going to lift up your knees and push your hips away. So push your hips and your heels towards the back of the mat. So now you've got a nice stretch on your arms, and rest your head in between your arms, and you're probably looking to the middle of the mat. Now let's have a look at your feet. If you can see any sides of your heels, then swivel round on the ball of your feet so that all you can see is the front of each foot. So you shouldn't be able to see the sides of your heels. So keep the knees bent and just tip the tailbone as high as you can towards the ceiling. So lift it up as high as you can, and then what's happened to the tummy? So engage the tummy, so bring the navel to the spine and bring the ribs in towards the back body, so away from your t-shirt. And then what's happened to your shoulders? Try and stretch your shoulders down your back so that they're coming away from your ears. And then if you can, try and straighten the legs now by allowing the heels to draw themselves down towards the floor. So they don't need to be flat on the floor, but you're trying to get a stretch along the spine. So engage the tummy, lift the ribs, shoulders back and down, heels drawing down. And then bend both knees, and you're going to walk the feet towards the hands. Now keep your knees bent, bring your toes together and bring your chest down onto the top of your legs, onto your thighs. So your hands should be by your feet, and you're trying to make sure that there isn't a gap between your tummy and your thighs. So that's why we're keeping the knees bent to start off with, because we haven't warmed up properly yet. So let's just think about the tummy, lift the navel to the spine. Now let's think about the shoulders. Are the shoulders just drop down to your ears? Lift them away. Still keep your hands on the floor, lift them away from your ears, and then just gently rest your head. Now you're going to engage the pelvic floor, engage the tummy muscles as you start to uncurl. So I want you to really focus on lifting that pelvic area, the pelvic floor, the tummy muscles, and that's what's going to allow you to start to uncurl and straighten into a standing position. So your arms are going to be relaxing, just flopping down. Your head will come up last. So engage the pelvic floor, lift the navel to the spine, and then just gently start to use those muscles to lift your torso slowly by vertebrae at a time. Relax the hands, lift up, keep that pelvic floor going, head down still until you get into your standing position. So stand up tall, shoulders back and down, toes together, feet together, slight gap in between your heels. So this is our mountain pose. So arms by your side so that they're right by your side, and you can have your palms turned forward slightly, but not in front of you, not like this, by your side. Okay, so chest is lifted, tailbone is pulled down, and this is your mountain pose, your standing mountain pose. So if you are on a mat, make sure that you've got some space behind you, because we're going to be stepping back. So big toes together, ground yourself. You're going to inhale and then take the arms above the head, bring the palms together and gaze at your thumbs. So just looking at your thumbs, stretching up as far as you can. And then you're going to inhale and bend the knees and still keep looking at your thumbs. So bend the knees as far as you can, looking at the thumbs, trying to engage the calf muscles, feel the strength there, engaging the thighs, and then inhale here and exhale, let the arms come to the side and slowly come back down into that bent leg forward fold. So chest on your thighs, lift the shoulders back, hands on the floor. And eventually you might start to straighten your legs, but still keep your chest and your tummy glued to your thighs. So every time you see whether you can straighten the legs a little bit more, but still not have any gap between your chest and your thighs. So we're going to inhale and come up onto your fingertips and look forwards. So press the tailbone out, and you might be able to straighten your legs now. Look forwards. So this is halfway lift. And then inhale, bend the knees and step back. Right foot, then left foot into high plank. You can drop your knees down if you want to. And then inhale here and exhale as you start to lower yourself down to the mat. So the forehead is down, tummy's down, flat on your feet. And keep your hands round about nipple height and bring your shoulders together. So you're squeezing your high elbows towards each other so they're not flopping out. So we've got that strength in our arms. And then inhale here. And then on the exhale, we're going to push up from the hands, keeping the elbows tight, and into cobra. So looking forwards, elbows tight, and just feel the back muscles working, the arm muscles working, the shoulders working. So even just a small movement, you don't have to come up too far. And then inhale, tuck the toes under. Exhale, come up onto your knees or straight back into downward dog. So straighten the legs. Check that you can't see your heels. Let the heels gently move down towards the mat. Engage the knees. So pushing your shins back, lifting up the kneecaps and lifting up your pelvis to the sky. Then you're going to inhale and lift the right leg and look up. And then exhale, step that right foot to the hands. Then drop the left foot down and then come up into warrior one. So the right leg is bent. Press the back foot down into the mat, the outside edge of the back foot down. And just make sure that your hips and your chest are facing that bent leg, so they're not turned to the side. And just feel the connection with your feet. And then inhale here, exhale, lower the hands down, step back into high plank. And then exhale, lower down slowly, flatten your feet. Let's squeeze your shoulder blades together, elbows pushed in, and then lift up on an exhale into cobra. So tuck your toes under, inhale, exhale, push back into downward dog. So pressing down with the pads of the fingers, pressing down with the palms of the hands, and sliding the shoulder blades down the back. So move them away from your ears so your neck is long. And what's happened to your tummy button? Lift it towards your navel. And then inhale, look towards your hands, lift the left foot up, and then step that left foot in between your hands. Flatten the right foot down and come up into warrior one. So turn the shoulders, turn the hips, towards that bent leg, looking forwards. And make sure that your arms are straight. So we've not got banana arms, your arms are straight. Pressing down equally with both feet, making sure that all the edges of the feet are balanced onto the floor. Stretch up those arms. And then inhale, exhale, lower the hands down, step back into high plank, and then exhale, lower the body down, flatten the feet, elbows in, push up into cobra, shoulders down. Take your shoulders away from your ears. Then tuck the toes under and exhale into downward dog. Tummy button lifted, chest and ribs lifted towards the back body. And then inhale, look forwards. And you can either walk to your hands or you can jump to your hands into bent leg forward fold. So chest to your thighs. Then come up onto your fingertips, straighten the legs, tailbone back, look forwards for halfway lift. Inhale and exhale back to forward fold. So again, you might notice that you can straighten your legs a bit more now that you're warming up. And then engage the pelvic floor, so core work here. Lift the navel to the spine, and you're going to come back up into chair pose. So hands together, arms straight. As you start to uncurl, lift the pelvic floor, keep the legs bent, and then look up towards your thumbs. So we're in chair pose again. So bending the knees. Try not to push the tailbone out, tuck the tailbone in and engage the tummy. Relax the toes. Look forwards to those thumbs. And then inhale to straighten, keep looking at the thumbs. And then exhale, lower the hands down and back to Tadasana. So we should feel as if we're warming up now. So we'll do that again and hopefully feel a bit more flow in the positions. So Tadasana, looking forwards, ground your feet, big toes together, hands by your side, straight, palms turned a little bit towards the front, shoulders back and down, chest is lifted. So we'll inhale, take the hands up to the sky, palms together, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the tailbone in, straighten the arms as much as you can. And then inhale, and then exhale, spread the arms wide as you bend down into forward fold. Chest down. Then onto your fingertips, you lift the chest, look forwards, tailbone back into halfway lift. Then bend the knees, step back with the left foot first, then the right foot into high plank. And then either drop the knees and lower down or lower down with straight legs. And then flatten the feet, shoulders squeezed together, elbows tucked in. And then we lift up into cobra, as only as far as you can. Just watch that your shoulders are not next to your ears. And then tuck your toes under, push back into downward dog. So make sure that you can't see your heels.
Make sure your hips are lifting as high as they can, tummy pulled in. Really lift those hips, so just bend the knees and lift the hips a bit higher, and then try and straighten the legs if you can. And then inhale, lift the right leg up, look towards the hands. Step that right foot to the hands, flatten the left foot and come up into warrior one. So bending that front knee at a right angle if you can. Stretch up the arms. Let's have really strong arms today. Not just, lifted, but really reaching up to the sky. Pressing down equally with both feet. And then inhale, and then exhale, lower the hands down, step back that right foot into high plank, and then lower down slowly to the mat. Flatten your feet. Inhale, push up to cobra, elbows tight into the ribs. And then tuck the toes under, exhale to downward dog. Hips lifted, navel lifted. And then lift up the left foot as you look forwards and step that left foot in between your hands. Flatten your right foot into warrior one. So turn the chest and the hips towards that bent leg. Stretch up the arms. Stretch them up, palms facing. Press both feet equally down, so roll the outside of that back foot down. And then inhale here, exhale, lower the hands down, step back into high plank, and exhale, lower the body down to the mat. Flatten the feet, inhale, push up to cobra, lift up the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the toes under, inhale, and then exhale, push back into downward dog. And then inhale, look forward, and then step back, step forward with the right foot, then the left foot into your forward fold. And you may have your legs straight now, and you can still get your chest down because you've warmed up, or you may still have a bend in your knees. Come up onto your fingertips, tailbone back, look forwards into halfway lift. And then from here, bend the knees, palms together in front of you as you start to lift up into chair. So looking up at your hands, your thumbs, gaze at your thumbs, engage your core. So tailbone tucked in, stretch out the arms, lift that navel to the spine. And then inhale, looking up and straighten. And then exhale, arms by the side and into Tadasana. So just spend 3 breaths here, feeling the energy, feeling the heat, feeling the strength that you've generated in your practice. Maybe have a little rest if you want to, just relax if that's what you need. And then we're going to inhale, take the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, bring the hands behind you and clasp hold of the elbows as far as you can. So walk your hands round to your elbows. So the chest is lifted, shoulders are squeezing together. Then you're going to inhale and take the right foot back. So keep a bend in your left knee And then exhale, bring your chest down to your left knee. So grabbing hold of your elbows still, and just like you did before, chest onto your knee, and you might be able to straighten that front leg, but don't worry if you can't, and just rest the head, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and just feel the strength in both legs. Pressing down. And you might find that you can straighten one leg more than the other when we do the other side. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then inhale to prepare. Exhale, come back up. Then inhale, step together. Exhale, release the arms down. Okay, so we'll try that to the other side. So feet together, tailbone tucked in. You're going to inhale, take the arms up to the sky, looking up. Now as you exhale, clasp your elbows the other direction this time, so the one that doesn't feel quite as natural. So the other arm should be on top. Okay, open up your chest. And then you're going to inhale, take the left foot back, bend the right knee, and then exhale, bring that chest down to the right thigh. And then just relax the head. So the head's looking towards the back foot. And then if you can, try and straighten that right leg as much as you can while still keeping that chest onto the knee. If this is too much of a balance for you, you can always release your hands and place them just down either side of your feet. Okay. Pressing down with both feet. What's happened to your core? Has your tummy forgotten itself? Lift up the navel to the spine. Shoulders squeezed together away from your ears. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, step together. And then inhale, we take the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, release back down. So we'll inhale, take the arms up to the sky, hands together. Bend the knees, exhale, forward fold. And then hands on the floor, inhale, step back and bring the knee down, and then step back, bring the other knee down. So we're coming now into cat-cow. So make sure that you're in tabletop, so hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers as wide as you can, like we did before. Pressing the palms of the hands down and each fingertip and thumbs into the mat. Now shoulders away from your ears. Lift up your head so you're not bending down or you're not too far up, and that your head is in line with your spine. And then we're going to inhale as you drop the tummy down and look up, shoulders back, and exhale, round down, look between the knees, lift up the shoulders and the tummy to the spine. And inhale, allow the tummy to come down, reach up with the chin, shoulders back. Really feel the opening in the lower back. And then exhale, round down, navel to the spine, and try and lift away from your shoulder joint. So you're lifting the shoulder blades away if you can. So inhale, looking up, and then exhale, rounding down. So two more in time with your own breath. Focus on strength, really trying to lift up from your hands into those strong arms. Engaging the core. So it's all these little movements in each part of the body to engage your strength. And then come to neutral. And then if you can, cross your ankles, and we're going to sit back and then come forwards into a seated position with your feet out in front of you. So sitting upright, you're going to take your hands behind you, and you can either have your fingers pointing towards your bottom or towards the outside, the wall behind you. So it's entirely up to you. And we're going to move into upward plank. So feet are hip distance apart, and we're going to just come up and try and have a straight line between our knees, our hips and our shoulders. So you can either be looking forwards, or you can take your head back. If you haven't got any neck problems, you can relax the head down and look towards the back wall. So 5 breaths here. So you need equal weight on the hands as well as the feet. Lifting up the hips. This is a good shoulder strengthener. If this is too much, you can bring your hips down and just still put your bottom on the floor and just try and lift up your chest, so you've still got some weight on your shoulders. And then inhale, and on the exhale, slowly come back down. And then just straighten out the legs in front of you into Dandasana, staff pose. So feet together, legs together, straight legs if you can. If you need to sit on a cushion just to lift up your hips a little bit so that your spine is straight, then you can do that. So legs engaged, lift up the kneecaps as if they're trying to pull up towards your thighs, shoulders lifted and chest lifted, shoulders back and down, and hands by your side. So feet always pointing towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale here, and on the exhale, bring that chest towards the wall in front of you, not towards your knees. So you're trying to come forwards past your toes. If you can take hold of your feet, you can do that, but you're trying to keep your back straight. You're not rounding down, because that's then working the vertebra and flexibility, which we can all bend our spine. We're trying to strengthen our back as well as open up the legs here. So keep that core engaged, lift up the navel, chest lifted. If your neck is aching, you can just gently look down, but don't do that to compromise your back and round your back. Keep your shoulder blades sliding down your back. And then inhale and exhale, slowly come back up to Dandasana. Maybe just shake out your legs a little bit. And then we're going into a spinal twist. So take one leg in, and then just put it over the other leg so it's on the outside of that knee. Place your opposite arm or hand on the outside of that leg, or if you can get your elbow across, do that, but still try to keep facing forwards. So the hand behind you, really imagine that you're lifting yourself up. So you're drawing again the energy up from the earth through that straight arm behind you, sitting up tall. And then keep looking forward. You're going to turn the navel, use the elbow to help turn the shoulders, maybe move that hand behind you, and then when you're as far around as you can, then turn your head. Keep breathing. Keep that straight leg engaged so that it's not flopping out. Your toes are to the ceiling, you're pushing that heel away. And then inhale. Exhale, come back round, straighten out the legs, give them a shake out. Back to Dandasana. Then bring the other knee in. Take the hand behind you and then take that knee, that foot over the leg, so it's on the outside of the knee. So place that elbow or that hand or the forearm around the outside of that bent leg. And then keep looking forward, turn the tummy first, then the shoulders, use the arm to get you into a better twist and then turn the head round. Sitting up tall, drawing up energy from the hand behind you. So you're not rounding, you're not flopping. You're trying to keep your shoulders straight. And then inhale. Normally exhale, just gently come back round. Straighten out the legs, give them a shake out. And then just place whatever you sat on towards the edge of your mat so you can rest your head on that. Bend your knees, sitting upright onto your sit bones, hands out in front of you. And then you're gently going to lower yourself down using your core. So engage your pelvic floor, engage your tummy muscles, and then on an exhale, just really slowly, as slowly as you can, let yourself come down onto the mat. And then once you're down there, bring the arms just to the sides, straighten your legs out. Maybe take your feet about hip width apart or even as wide as your mat. Lift up your chest and let your shoulder blades flatten. And then turn the back of your hands towards the mat with the palms facing upwards. So your head and your neck should feel nice and relaxed. And now we'll have Shavasana, so relaxation pose. So if you need to just make any final adjustments, then do so. And just start to let your body sink down towards the mat. And as you're doing so, just feel if there's any tension remaining anywhere in the body. Maybe just give them a last wiggle, a last lift, and then release. And then just sink down into corpse pose, Shavasana. And just gently close your eyes. And just feel that sense of deep sinking as you just let your body go. Let your body rest, let your body relax. So just let the feet flop out to the side. Let all the tension go and let both feet completely relax. Feel the back of the legs on the floor. Feel the kneecaps gently resting on top of the knee joint. And now just let your legs completely relax. Let the hips open. Let the pelvic area soften. And let the small of the back sink gently down towards the earth.
Let the ribs relax on every exhale. Let them sink deeper down towards the spine. Notice that the breath is slowing down. And let the chest gently release down to the shoulders and the shoulder blades. And let the shoulder blades flatten as they sink down and broaden against the mat. Relax the top of the shoulders. Feel the back of the arms resting gently on the floor. Feel the space around the elbow joints. Feel how soft that the wrists are. And feel how relaxed the fingers and the thumbs are. And notice the space that surrounds the palms of the hands, maybe inside the hands. Maybe it feels light. Relax the neck, relax the throat. And let the head sink down as if it's melting into the earth, connecting with the energy of Mother Earth, renewing, strengthening, giving you what you need. And now let the face soften. Let the forehead smooth out. Let the eyebrows sink down towards the temples. Gently relax the ears. Let the eyes soften and the skin around the outside of the eyes gently rest. Let the nose relax, the tip of the nose gently resting in the middle of the face. Let the mouth be soft, the lips gently touching or slightly apart. Relax the chin and the jaw. So now your whole body is completely relaxed. All the tension has gone. And you can rest right here, right now, with nothing else to do apart from be here. So just spend a few more breaths with this wonderful feeling of relaxation. So now just start to notice your breath, maybe noticing your fingers, maybe giving them a stretch out, maybe a clench of the fist, and then widening, clenching, widening, clenching. And then do the same with your toes. So trying to separate the toes on a stretch, and then squeeze them in, roll them round towards the balls of your feet, and then stretch them out wide, and then clenching, and then just release. Turning the head from one side and then the other, still with the eyes closed. And then just bringing the head to centre, sliding one foot up onto the floor and then the other. And then with your knees bent, just gently rolling over to whichever side is right for you. Keeping the eyes closed, just rest here for a breath or two. And then just pressing yourself up into your seated position. Embracing the whole feeling that you have in your body, the calmness in your mind. So come to a comfortable seated position with the spine straight, the shoulders back and down, the hands resting gently. And you might want to do Gyan Mudra, which is the index finger and the thumb together, and fingers, the other three fingers together, and just palms down, resting on your legs or on your knees. And this just helps you have a sense of peace and calm in the body and in the mind. So I invite you to close your eyes. And then let's focus on our breath. So we're going to start at the navel centre. So keeping the mind at the navel centre, imagine that there's a beautiful yellow sun around that navel centre. Your centre of strength, your centre of personal power. So keep your mind on that internal sun around the navel. And breathing in and out through the nose, you're going to imagine that the breath is starting at that navel centre on an inhale, and it rises up the centre of the body to the third eye, which is the middle part in between your eyebrows. And then on the exhale, imagine that breath comes down from the third eye, back through the centre of the body, back down to the navel. So you're actually feeling your breath moving from the navel up to the third eye on the inhale, and feeling that breath move back down the centre of the body, back to the navel on the exhale. But all the time your mind is staying at your navel centre, inside your golden sun. So let's do 3 breaths together. So inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale back down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Focus on that sun. Inhale as the energy rises, 4, 3, 2, 1 to the third eye. Let the energy and the breath flow back down, 4, 3, 2, 1 to the navel, and one more together. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Energy at the third eye. And exhale. 4, 3, 2. Back down to your Manipura chakra, your place of power, of strength, personal choice. So focus your mind around that beautiful golden sun. And then remind yourself of your sankalpa that you set at the start of the class. And just repeat that to yourself 3 times. And then bringing your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra prayer position. And today we give thanks to the strength of our body and our mind. We give thanks to the strength of the people in our lives who help us. And we give thanks to one other thing that we are grateful for in our lives that keeps us strong. Bowing the head, chin to the chest. Namaste. Thank you everyone. Thank you for sharing your energy and your strength in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see you soon.